Hello, everybody, and welcome back. So, we are about 3 weeks away from the opening game of the MLB season. And with that, Brandon and I last year, and we're probably going to make it a tradition here, want to talk about a few things. One is our favorite traditions when it comes to opening day. Now, Brandon, what's your favorite tradition? What is your favorite thing about opening day when it comes to the MLB season?
Yeah, I think obviously this year it's a little bit different for Cubs fans because we're playing in Tokyo against the Dodgers to open up the season, and those are the only games going on at the time. So it'll be a little bit different than traditional opening day, as it were, when you have all the games on at the same time and you're flipping through all the channels and it's just fun to have real baseball back. Um, but I think that the thing that I love the most and the thing that I'm looking forward to the most is just sort of the pregame for the first game. There's so much optimism in that like 30-minute stretch. Like where Boog Sciambi is talking about, like the Cubs and like everything that they've done over the offseason. And we know this stuff. We've been talking about this stuff all offseason. You guys are, our audience around here, you guys follow this stuff religiously, but it's just condensed where it's just like, man, like it's finally real. Like all these moves we've made and all these players, seeing Kyle Tucker in a Cubs uniform, for the first game is going to be really cool. So I just think it's that's what I'm looking forward to. And then hopefully we can beat the Dodgers. But obviously we'll see what happens when the games start. But I know you also have a bunch of traditions you like to celebrate.
Yeah, there's so many that I could say for the whole season, but I think first of all, I think if we're talking about the Cubs or just the MLB as a whole, I think breaking out if you have a jersey or just a t-shirt of your favorite team, it is great because like I don't think enough people in general wear their favorite team in the wintertime because one, it's really football season or hockey season. So most people are not wearing their baseball jersey. So for somebody to finally break out their baseball jersey and you see it either on the street or if you're going to a game, it's so
Hmm.
great to say, I listen, you and I both live on the East Coast. So do we see a lot of Cubs fans? No, unless, it's a game happening at, City Field or Yankee Stadium or, if we're going to a game on the East Coast. But when we do go to those games and we do see fans of,
Yeah.
people wearing a Cubs jersey, it is so awesome to go up to them and be like, yo, it is just so great. Or if you're like on the street and you see a Cubs fan or, or your favorite team and it's somebody maybe not in your area. That is my favorite part of like getting near opening day or you're at opening day or maybe you're at an office, right? An office job. Like I used to live in Baltimore, right? It's all Orioles fans out there. And I became an Orioles fan. I love the Cubs, don't get me wrong. But I became an Orioles fan and I became so involved in baseball because there's nothing to do in Baltimore really besides go to Orioles games. This is how I got involved in baseball. And everybody there was an Orioles fan. However, growing up in the New York, New Jersey area, you go to a few Yankees or Mets games. I saw there was a guy in a Yankees jersey. I did not know this person grew up in New York. This is how you learn things. It's the camaraderie of sports. So that's the long and short answer of what I look forward to. It's the jerseys and seeing them finally bust out of the closet.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. Obviously, we plan on going to a few games this year, whether they're road games or home games for the Cubs, and obviously, it'll be very exciting, to just see you guys, our audience around, or maybe we'll do a couple more of those in-stadium interviews that we did last year that were a ton of fun. So I mean, I totally agree with you. I mean, let's be honest, the best thing about baseball is going to a ball game, right? I mean, that's just experiencing it in person is just such a different thing. I mean, you could say that about any sport, but baseball's so unique in that way. Just especially now with like the pitch clock and the fact that the games have sped up quite a little bit to make the pacing a little bit more manageable. There's just something so serene and joyful about just 2.5 hours of baseball. And I know that you and I are very much looking forward to going to games, and we'd obviously love to hear your guys' plans in the comments about what games you guys plan on attending this year for the Cubs. But that's definitely something season long wide. I'm definitely looking forward to this year.
Yeah, I think the one other thing that I look forward to season wide is also, again, you don't have to just be a Cubs fan to watch this site. In general, a lot of our fans come from different sites to go look at this, and I think the other thing besides the camaraderie of baseball is also the traditions that come along with it in general, whether it's going to get like a hot dog. Everybody goes to get a hot dog at a baseball game. You'd look like a crazy person if you were eating like, like a burger or something, or singing at the seventh inning stretch. It's those little things that I think just really make baseball baseball. And you just don't get it with other sports, right? Like, that's what I love. Not to get on my soapbox about it, but again, like that's why I fell in love with the sport, because it's just the camaraderie of everything. And yeah, we go dark for a while. We literally in the winter go dark. And then
Mhm.
we have that's the other thing. We have great weather. It's a summertime, springtime sport. So it's great also that we have great weather with it too. But again, like you said, we'd love to hear your guy. This is the time, especially, we would love to hear your guys' comments on why you love opening day, why you love the baseball season. And again, we look forward to going out to games and interviewing you guys. We cannot wait for the season to start.